The world is so fast and busy. Productivity reigns supreme. We have to be seen to be busy, hustling, making money, raising families, and being creative all at the same time. Over the last year, I've observed my fellow creatives and content creators, and it looks exhausting, and to be frank, anxiety-inducing. I'd made a vow to myself to write every day amidst the marketing, meetings with graphic designers, emails flying back and forth, hidden illnesses, whilst holding down a teaching job. Neither was particularly difficult, and it was almost power-inducing to remark, "I'm so busy right now." I guess it gives one an air of importance. Yet somehow, with all the running around, very little is actually getting done. Isn't that remarkable? The second book in my Heathens series was yet to be finished. We hadn't decided on a book cover, and I hadn't finished an edit on another book. Then I fell ill. I guess all the running around, constant phone calls and illusion of busyness convinced my brain that I was extremely busy. So my body does what it always. It stops me in my tracks. I fell ill and just began doing nothing, and that's how the rest of my summer went. Yet I'm back and feel alive. My body tingles. My brain is overflowing with ideas, and I'm finding inspiration in every nook and cranny. Here's a hidden secret to unlocking creativity. Doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. When we're overwhelmed by tasks and deadlines, our creativity often eludes us. But sometimes the most creative moments come when we embrace the art of doing nothing, giving ourselves permission to pause and daydream, which creates space for inspiration to emerge. In moments of stillness, our brain forms connections between divergent thoughts, leading to innovative ideas. Nature itself often teaches us the value of doing nothing. It invites us to simply observe and wonder, soaking in its sounds without making any of our own. Sitting in silence on a tree log and observing the forest in all its ambient wonder, the bird song, the leaves, tree branches waving, the rustling in the undergrowth. For those who are fortunate enough to live by the sea, the crashing of the waves is magical. And for some, a life-altering experience. At that moment, we're not talking, distracted or busy. We're just silent and still. After a dose of stillness, we return to our work with a refreshed perspective and a renewed wellspring of creativity. Or you may need a longer period of nothingness, like I did, a month or two to fully recuperate, rest your mind, body and brain. A lot of us shy away from taking such exorbitant amounts of time to ourselves. Why? Why is there so much shame in just doing nothing, especially as an adult? We'd probably be more rested, less stressed, more creative, and live longer. Yet we're made to feel shame for doing nothing for several days, weeks, or months. Doing nothing or engaging in what is often referred to as mindful idleness or unstructured downtime can be surprisingly beneficial for creativity. First, let's talk about reducing stress levels. When you're constantly busy or engaged in tasks, stress can build up. Taking a break to do nothing allows your mind and body to relax. Reduce stress levels, free up mental resources, and open the door to more creative thinking. Now, I was a daydreamer as a child and still am as an adult, and it's something I haven't regretted. My teachers, particularly in the sciences, would playfully throw a piece of chalk across a classroom at me. Where has your mind gone to now? they would ask as the class laughed hysterically. Now, I was clearly in class and supposed to be studying or learning, but sometimes doing nothing provides an opportunity for your mind to wander freely. This state of mind, wandering, can lead to creative insights and new connections between very separate ideas. Some of the most creative ideas emerge when you're not actively trying to solve a problem, but rather just existing. Then, there is a point at which you just don't think you can take it anymore. The point at which you believe your brain is about to explode, and that's when you need to rest. Constant creativity can be mentally taxing. Taking breaks and doing nothing gives your brain a chance to rest and recharge. This mental rejuvenation can lead to increased creativity when you return to your creative work. This was the stage I was at. I had hit a wall and needed a break. Then there is inspiration, but not just any kind of inspiration. Inspiration from the environment, from nature. When you're not preoccupied with tasks, you can become more attuned to your surroundings. Nature, art, people, or simply observing the world can provide inspiration that feeds your creativity. As mentioned previously, just sitting in the woods, by the trees, by the sea, can be the most inspirational aspect of it all. Try it. Then, I believe you also need space for unconscious processing. Your brain continues to process information even when you're not actively thinking about it. When you take breaks and do nothing, your brain can work on unresolved problems or creative challenges in the background. This often leads to those aha moments. Those 5-minute breaks in the lunchroom when you stare at a wall in a daze can be fantastic for releasing creative ideas. I had a lot of issues with certain chapters in my latest work. I guess the words weren't flowing as I thought they should, and this is where doing nothing can be a boon. It solves problems. Stepping away from a problem or creative project for a while and doing nothing can lead to fresh perspectives and innovative solutions when you return to it. It allows you to see the bigger picture. The chapter wasn't as bad as I initially thought. If you're working on a painting, it may look hideous from your perspective, but it may be beautiful to the right person. As creatives, we don't always see the beauty in our work, and I believe we're more likely to rip the pages or even throw the pages into the fireplace. I guess that gives more of a dramatic effect and awakens the dark academia villain that exists within us all. Doing nothing encourages you to be present in the moment. This mindfulness can heighten your awareness of sensory experiences, emotions and thoughts, which can be a rich source of creative material. In a world filled with constant distractions and a focus on productivity, it's important to recognize the value of doing nothing. By giving your mind the space and time it needs to wander and rejuvenate, you can boost your creativity and ultimately produce more innovative and inspired work. So don't underestimate the power of doing nothing. It's in those moments of quiet that the seeds of creativity are sown. Embrace the art of doing nothing and watch your own creativity flourish.